everybody, welcome to Will I Continue Anime, where we break all the anime rules. I'm your ecstatic host, F. Mary Gamer. Let's get to talking.
Just hold on.
Ellen, are you okay?
A capacity break without any color? And positive and negative attributes? What happened to you, Pharma? None of this should be possible!
Jeez, Ellen, couldn't it not just be natural? Hey, what's up, everybody? Hope everybody's had a good morning, great evening, and good night whenever you're listening to this lovely podcast. This week, we are going to be discussing Parallel World Pharmacy. I'm going to try to go to a couple different things on this. Try something new like I'm always trying to do. Try to find the right flow. Try to get some good information out there for you, I guess. So I'm going to get into the genres. I'm going to also hit up Wiki for a little bit of background on this manga as well, turned anime, as you can watch on Crunchyroll. And also going to get into some of the main voice actors, but it's really I'm only going to be doing two. The sub and dub of the sub would be Japanese, of course. The dub would be English, which I generally always, listen to most animes or watch animes in English. Sorry, I know, blasphemy. But anywho, let's just get into it. So the genres for this anime are fantasy and isekai. So I can see how this, your basic isekai in the very beginning. Where the guy pretty much passes away and then is reincarnated into a younger boy. But I'll get into the nitty-gritty stuff later on. I'm going to go to Wiki to get a little bit more of a backstory on this. That has more information about what I know just prior to this as I watch this, but it has some interesting information. So Parallel World Pharmacy is also Alternate World Pharmacy is a Japanese light novel series written by Liz Takayama and illustrated by Keep Out. It began serialization online in July 2015 and on the user Journey novel publishing website Shosutsuka ni Noro. It was later acquired by Media Factory, who have published 8 volumes since January 2016 under their MF Books imprint. A manga adaptation with art by Sei Takano has been serialized online via Katakawa Shoten's Comic Walker website since November 2016. It has been collected in 8 tankobon volumes. An anime television series adaptation by Dio Media premiered in July 2022. And I'll put the link on that so if you're more interested in where I got this information from. Kind of go into so it's actually the wiki page, or I guess one of the wiki pages for Parallel World Pharmacy. I thought it was kind of interesting trying to go through that. So let's get into the voice actors. So for the Japanese voice actors, we have for playing Pharma de Medicis, Aki Toyosaki. For Eleanor Bonnefoy, Reina Ueda, and Charlotte Solier, Kaedo Hondo. For English voice actors, we have for Pharma, Morgan Lee, Eleanor Bonnefoy, Trish Milan, Charlotte Soller, Lindsay Seidel. Alright, so let's kind of get into it here. So the story kind of begins with a hardworking, overworking, or I guess hardworking, but kind of a work addict, Professor Kanji Kusuritani, where he's just he's kind of brought to light as he's a hard worker, never sleeps, just always nonstop working. And it looks like the reason why he's so like this. I'm sorry, yeah, as I said, he's a pharmaceutical researcher, but the reason why it looks like he got this passion for pharmaceuticals is whenever he was younger, his younger or maybe older sister, I couldn't tell in the anime. She had some kind of disease, it looked like, and she looks like on auction, and seems to passed away at a very young age, which kind of fired up young Kanji Kusuritani to I guess into the pharmaceutical research to hopefully I guess cure the world of what he can. That's kind of a major feat if you think about it. I mean, one person cannot solve, you know, any or all diseases. And I get the passion behind it, but that's rough. And I don't remember even going into what kind of illness or disease his sister had. But it was, as you can tell how he works, it was pretty tragic and I wouldn't say traumatized, but it really fed the fuel of him wanting to just keep on pushing to find, I guess, cures. But yeah, that's kind of what happened. And then he kind of goes into, he passes away because he was overworked. He was sleeping. He just is reincarnated into a young boy who is named Pharma. So Pharma is brought up in this high esteemed family who is very powerful in the world of the divine arts. In a way, they kind of describe the divine arts as it's basically like magic, and how they use this divine arts is pretty cool, I thought. So in the beginning of whenever you see Pharma being introduced and learning all kind of like learning of divine art, is that he has to think of the elements looks like the elements that compose of those molecules, or compose of the elements from the periodic table, and compose all those to create what he's wanting to, I guess, create that magic that he's trying to use. So it's pretty cool how he was trying to create water from the H2O. Now, I'm not a science geek, and I apologize, but I mean I thought that was pretty cool on how they introduced this divine art, or aka magic, and how to wield it, and how to use it, and how to create it. It's very interesting from the start of that. So he kind of goes in and he learns throughout the whole family that his father is the high elite of the house. I can't think of that. What was that name? But yeah, it's just Imperial School of Pharmaceutical, where his father was the master and the brother was an elite of pharmaceutical branch. Oh, I'm sorry. I had to just kind of remember that, kind of jog my memory there. But as the whole family is pretty strong in using these elemental formulas, as I just said, that the father's pretty high up there and the brother is an elite of the pharmaceutical branch. So it kind of goes on after that, he meets the father, and the reason why he was kind of, woken up, he previously got hurt from being struck by lightning. And when he got struck by lightning, he was left with these emblems, or these kind of like tattoo looking type things on both of his arms. Didn't think too much of it, but it's pretty cool, I guess. That he got struck by lightning, and then poof, he got these cool looking markings on his arms. Okay, cool. So he kind of sits down for lunch or dinner with the family, and his father pretty much says, yeah, if you're feeling better, you can go start your training or schooling, tomorrow. So, okay, thanks, thanks, Daddy. I didn't say that, but sorry. But yeah, so he kind of, said, okay, cool, he's going to continue his lessons with Ellen. And then so it goes into Ellen. He kind of tells her they're going to the list. Oh, I don't remember much, kind of blaming on when he got struck. He's still fuzzy, and Ellen goes into how the divine arts work, and whatnot. And she comes with a little lesson saying, "Hey, why don't you try this? Shoot a sphere water out of her wand." And he actually forgot his wand, and so he says, "Oh yeah, you can use my wand and whatnot." But then so he goes in. She shoots a little, shows him how to use the wand and how to use the divine art, and she fires off this, water, almost like a water. They call it a water sphere, but it's a little, it's like a big squirt gun almost where she uses it. So okay, then she here, I'll show you how to do it now. He goes off and she says, okay, yeah, here you go, you can use this, you can try yourself. And then when he goes and he just uses the divine art, he just pretty much creates a huge blast of water, knocking out Ellen, breaks her. She's like all confused and dazed, like, whoa, what happened? She's like, well, you're not supposed to have all this power. Only gods have this kind of power. And where do you get this power from? Something happened. What's kind of like, what's wrong with you, Pharma? Kind of freaks out. It's like, okay, chill. And then she kind of grabs one of these other wands and it's a looks like it's a power meter, and then she uses that to see how much power he has, and his power's out the roof. And he's like, what's going on? This is not normal, because he has no idea. He has no idea in the past what the boy was able to do before the reincarnation happened. But yeah, he's kind of like freaking, kind of chill, and kind of it's okay, Ellen. And Ellen is still kind of dazed and like kind of hysterical about learning about Pharma's power. So yeah, it's kind of going on, and then and then her glasses break, and then falls off her face and breaks, and they kind of like going back to the house, and kind of he's helping her walk back to the house because she can't see because her glasses broke. And then she's like, I promise I won't ever tell. No one should ever have these powers. Only God should have these powers. And no one should know, because I guess something happens if someone knows how powerful he is. Oh, it's just kind of crazy how she's kind of freaking out about this. And it's like, no one should ever have this kind of power, but yet he does. And it's kind of like, and it's like some kind of weird, maybe taboo. I don't know. I don't know. It's kind of interesting. But that's kind of the whole gist of the whole episode. He wakes up, the professor, he passes away because he overworks himself to death, literally to death. And reincarnation happens. He comes back to an older time where it's medieval castle, and he's he reincarnates as a 10-year-old boy, around 10 years old, and kind of goes from there. What I kind of liked most about this first episode, at least for Parallel World Pharmacy. I really enjoyed the use of elements of how they create the divine arts or magic, and using the elements from the periodic table, which help him create the objects appear, or I say magic, right? I kind of hope they do more of this going forward, because I think this is pretty cool on the idea of knowing what elements create what particular objects, or what other elements, combine create other elements. I'm sorry, I'm not a huge science person or a periodic table, but I think you kind of get the gist of what I'm saying here. But yeah, I think it's pretty cool. They had to know the periodic table on what elements create other elements. It's pretty sweet to me. I didn't care how Alan was the Tudor was portrayed. I kind of wish that she was a stronger character and not so kind of like, not feeble-minded. I wouldn't say feeble-minded, but kind of presented as a little weak, but yet she's supposed to be an older, I guess older, wiser, should be more put together type of person. Kind of like I'm thinking of like, I wish she was more like Qui-Gon Jinn maybe in Star Wars, or maybe like Yoda or something like that, kind of chill and all knowledgeable and not so weirded out by one small, I won't say small, but there's one kind of thing that kind of occurred. I don't know. I don't know. I wish that she was portrayed differently. The animation, it was pretty good. It was done very well. I'm a sucker for water. I think they did the water very well. And then after, whenever I didn't say this earlier, but whenever she does shoot the water sphere, it creates like this magical and pretty sparkly rainbow afterwards. But yeah, that was a nice little touch, and you could see that they were trying to put more detail in here. Trying to make it, look more whimsical of what she just did. Woo, look at her. She created water, and then after the mist, the rainbow appeared, sparkly. It was okay. I mean, it was good. It was good. I wouldn't say it's the best animation I've seen, but it was pretty good. But so it comes down to, will I continue? The answer is yes. Wow, I was actually the only one who watched this the first time. I actually had my wife, my oldest son, watch this, and we both kind of got into it. It was a fun watch. I really like. Well, not really, but I hope it goes in the direction I think it might go. I don't know if it will. I just kind of keep it to where, like, I hope that it, of course, you see more science of the periodic tables coming together and learn all the elements combine something to create another element, I should say. I hope it goes in that direction, but I don't know if it will or not. I really feel like that in the very beginning, whenever they showed him learning how to use the divine art, that wasn't the only piece. That it also goes on to showing other elements he can create by putting the periodic elements together. They didn't show it whenever the Ellen was teaching him how to use the divine arts or showing him how to. So maybe they didn't do that because maybe he already kind of showed that in the beginning, and they don't want to kind of like have a do it again, and people are like, why did they show this again? I don't know, but I hope they do more of that. I thought that was pretty interesting. But yes, me, my wife, and son are actually gonna try to watch this going forward. It was fun little time with the fam, and we definitely enjoyed it. So will I continue? Yes, I will. But yeah, that's it for this episode. Thanks for listening. And if you like what you heard, please follow me on Spotify, or subscribe to me on YouTube. Hit the like button. Give me a review on Spotify. I'm on Apple Podcasts as well, Google Podcasts, Anchor, wherever it spits it out to. Just follow me, and it's basically almost every major podcast platform. But all right, that's it, guys. I hope you guys have a good one, and I'll catch you on the next one. Bye.